Garfield the animation movie was announced on May 2016, 7 years after the 20th Century Fox license with Sports expired. It was announced that Alcon Entertainment would develop a new CG animated and Garfield film. In August 2019, Paramount Global acquired most of its rights to Garfield, leaving the status of the film at the time uncertain. However, in December 2020, Dindal confirmed that the film will still be in production. For many who do not know what Garfield is, he's basically a lazy cat who loves to sleep all day, loves lasagna, hates Mondays and movies. The movie tends to focus on his amazing journeys and adventures. Many fans do not appreciate how people love Garfield. That is the only character in the world I will ever consider buying. Garfield, one of those movies that cannot disappoint, even with a bad plot, character, and stakes. The Garfield movie was first theoretically released in several countries beginning on May 1st, 2024, and that is set to be released in the United States on May 24th, 2024. Many fans of the Garfield were upset about that. They wanted to receive earlier. The studio will get back their $50 million budget, mainly because the film opened in 18 countries on May 3rd and grossed $22 million in its first weekend. That's how much it has grossed until now. What helps is that the movie main cast is Chris Pratt. Is playing Garfield, who has a lot of accomplishment in the box office. He's a bankable star, and I do not think Garfield will be a challenge for him to advertise. Samuel Jackson will join him as Garfield's father. I would like to see the authenticity of the dynamics between Garfield and his father. A spin-off game has already been announced after the film is done in theaters. The Rotten Tomatoes score has not yet been released by those who saw the movies overseas. One person who watched the film commented that the filming style remains faithful to the caricature style of the original comic strip. Most reviews have stated that the movie manages to be faithful to the source material. From the trailer, the movie shows a story of how a man found a cat outside and hungry and decided to let it into his own house and made it his family. Little does he know that the cat never stops eating, is lazy and dirty. Garfield is captured by a secret villain, and that's where we are able to meet his original father. The Garfield should be celebrated and deserves to be remembered. At first, Garfield came out back in June 2004. This angers me because it reminds me of how old I truly am. That movie was a great movie. On a budget of $50 million, it grossed $108 million. It overperformed people's expectation. A cat overperformed people's expectation. A sequel was therefore greenlit by the studio and performed badly. It did not overperform like everyone thought. This was the end of its run in the theaters that the studio put a pause in it. It had a box office of 141, which means it grossed less than the first, and that's a bad sign. This was the first video. This is a short video, I guess. Go to the theaters and tell me whether you love it, hated it, or if you think the movie is meh. I would like your opinion on this very movie.